Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to more WWE 2k17 Universe Mode. I'm BrendenPlayz, and this is Monday Night Raw, the final Raw before Summerslam. And tonight, we're going to be having a big contest between Dean Ambrose and John Cena. And we'll also be seeing Dolph Ziggler going up against Aries in a big showdown just before the biggest event of the summer, Summerslam. First up, on Superstars, we have BUBBA DUDLEY up against FERNANDO, one-on-one. JINDER MAHAL, he's in action against KALISTO. Another opportunity here for Jinder to continue his slow rise to the top. The Miz will go one-on-one with SHEAMUS as well. BUBBA versus FERNANDO, it is going to be BUBBA with the victory. Jinder and KALISTO, it is Jinder with the victory. And The Miz and SHEAMUS, it is SHEAMUS with the victory. Well, on Monday Night Raw, we have Kevin Owens. He'll be going one-on-one against the former US champ RUSEV. We have Jimmy Uso up against KARL Anderson in the test for the club just before their SummerSlam championship defense. Speaking of title defenses, Charlotte will be defending against Becky Lynch at SummerSlam. She has Alexa Bliss here tonight. The Dudleys are up in action against the American Alpha in tag team action there. The match that we mentioned a moment ago, Aries, he's got the Big Show in his corner, up against Dolph Ziggler, who will have Nakamura in his corner. Ziggler and Nakamura forming a bit of a friendship as of late. John Cena will go one-on-one with Dean Ambrose, two men who will be in the Hell in a Cell at SummerSlam. They meet tonight. Owens gets a victory over RUSEV, confidence boost before SummerSlam for him. Jimmy Uso gets a win over KARL Anderson. Alexa Bliss beats Charlotte, so a couple of upsets coming down here. The Dudleys and American Alpha. The American Alpha can't get the win. The Dudleys score the victory. Well, we get ready for our opening contest. It is the United States Champion Aries in action against Dolph Ziggler one-on-one here in what will be a big test for Aries just before SummerSlam, in which he will defend against Shinsuke Nakamura for the United States Championship. And that will be a very tough match for Aries indeed. It's a rivalry that will finally culminate at SummerSlam. Aries took the US title from Nakamura to begin with, and ever since, Nakamura has been chasing the title, but Aries continues to find a way to keep it around his waist. Well, SummerSlam, it's one-on-one. Big Show will not be in the corner of Aries. It's a fair fight. It's a fair contest. It's Aries and Nakamura, and we'll settle it. And we'll find out who is the better man and who is worthy of being the United States Champion. His opponent knows all about the United States Championship. In fact, the longest reigning US Champion in Universe Mode history. His name is Dolph Ziggler, and he continues to prove why he is one of the best here on Raw. He has earned himself a spot inside Hell in a Cell at SummerSlam in that six-man Hell in a Cell match for the WWE Universal Championship. But first, Ziggler has Aries on his plate, and now a man that I'm sure Dolph Ziggler would like to learn a little bit more about, get himself an opportunity at taking on, because if Ziggler can't get the job done at SummerSlam, maybe he would like to think about coming after that US title once again. Obviously, Ziggler and Nakamura have had their issues, mainly Nakamura, of course, but Ziggler's kind of entered himself into the realm here. He's become a bit of an ally of sorts to Nakamura in recent times. And Aries, of course, has recruited the Big Show to be his bodyguard of sorts, and it's worked out pretty well for Aries. The Big Show has been able to keep that title around Aries' waist, and perhaps Aries' days are numbered, though. At SummerSlam, Big Show won't be involved, and if that's the case, you would probably have to assume that Aries may not be able to get it done. But Aries seems to always have a couple of tricks up his sleeve as he'll drive Ziggler into the ropes, and Aries now with a hip toss takes down Ziggler. Well, for Dolph, obviously, first stop is the Hell in a Cell match at SummerSlam as he gets sent over the top of the rope, and now the Big Show may be getting himself involved here. Not sure about this. The referee's got to stop this from happening. Grabs a hold of Ziggler and drives him into the ring. The referee seems to think that's okay, but the referee doesn't see a lot of things, and of course after what happened at NXT TakeOver, we're not surprised that he doesn't see much after the Bobby Roode situation that happened there. But Well, Dolph Ziggler, thinking about Hell in a Cell. Obviously 5 of the toughest competitors in one match for Ziggler. And arguably Ziggler's recent run of form hasn't been great. But it is a big opportunity. And a match like this, you don't have to be perfect. You don't have to, be the best man in the match. You can often just pick and choose your spots. Take advantage of some opportunities. And you never know. You might find a guy laying in the middle of the ring, down for the count. You come in, you swoop in, and you take that opportunity, and you get the 3 count. That's all it can take. Sometimes the best man does not win, and I guess we kind of look at Money in the Bank, for example, as a bit of a template for that, with AJ Styles' epic performance in that match. Perhaps the best man in the match, but didn't go on to win it. So it's all about picking and choosing your opportunities. And that's what Ziggler needs to focus on, in my opinion. He may not be the best in the match. At least his recent run of form would suggest maybe he won't be. But he has been at the top of the dance before. Great counter there by Austin Aries. Ziggler went for a neck breaker. Aries shut that down and turned it into one of his own. Now he's up top, looking to follow it up with another high-risk maneuver here. And he's looking to line up Dolph and double axe handle off the top. And it's effective. And just finishing that point, obviously Dolph Ziggler has been the world champion in the past. He won the WWE Championship at Summerslam last year. But at Summerslam, it also was perhaps the darkest hour, or the darkest 10-minute period in Ziggler's career. He went from being the champion to losing it 5 minutes later to the current WWE champion, Finn Balor. So Ziggler knows all too well about SummerSlam. It's been successful. It's also been very unsuccessful. In fact, Dolph Ziggler winning the United States Championship at SummerSlam and also the Universal Championship at SummerSlam. So Ziggler knows all too well SummerSlam's been a pretty good pay-per-view for him. And now Ziggler, inverted DDT, takes down Austin Aries. Follows up with a knee as well. Great combination of moves there by Dolph, and continues the assault on Aries. He looks to be just off his game a little bit so far, perhaps saving some for SummerSlam, saving some energy, saving some gas, I guess. I don't know, but Nakamura watching on. He'll be watching this and trying to pinpoint and find out what Austin Aries' weakness is. Nakamura has come close to beating Aries. In fact, we probably thought he was going to beat Austin Aries until the Big Show got himself involved. Referee taking forever here. Shoulders are down. And, a near fall, but the referee probably wasted a good 3 seconds as Aries takes Ziggler off his feet. He wasted probably a good 3 seconds that could have been used to slap the 3 count down, but he took too long to get there. Aries now. He might be looking to put Ziggler away with the last chancery. Ziggler's got nowhere to go. Is his foot near the rope? It is. I don't think it's quite underneath it. He's going to have to try and find a way to get out of the hold or tap out. Ziggler in major trouble. He can't afford a loss before SummerSlam. Trying to break free. He's got the arm free. And he survives. He stays in it. And now, Ziggler's got the shoulders down. Aries now back in trouble. Ziggler trying to put the pressure back on his opponent. And this time nearly gets the 3 count again. Aries using all of the time available to him to kick out. Perhaps it's a ploy. But Ziggler with a famouser. If it's a ploy, it's not working, because Ziggler follows it up with a big move. This could be in here for Aries this time. Can Ziggler get the 3 count? No, this time Aries makes sure that he kicks out a little earlier, just in case. And now Dolph, though, lining him up, looking for the 1-2 punch. He's hit the famouser. Can he finish him off with a zigzag? Right hand. Now, zigzag! Ziggler with the zigzag. Is he going to pin the United States Champion? He has. Ziggler has beaten Austin Aries just days away from SummerSlam. That is huge. Dolph Ziggler picks up a massive victory and a huge confidence boost. He's been struggling. He hasn't had the wins as much as he would like. But tonight, he seals the deal. He pins the US champion, and maybe a little bit of insurance. If he loses at SummerSlam, maybe we have to think about putting him in the US Championship match down the line. You pin the champ. Generally, that means you've got a title opportunity. Well, Ziggler's a little bit busy at the moment at SummerSlam, but maybe afterwards he can put himself back in the driver's seat for an opportunity. Nonetheless, big victory tonight for Dolph. He needed this. He needed this badly. SummerSlam has been good to him. Can he make it another good year? He's looking the goods here tonight. Can he do the same when it counts the most inside Hell in a Cell? Well, before we get to our big main event match, Seth Rollins has a few things he wants to get off his chest. This Sunday night, I step inside Hell in a Cell when I take on 5 other men. 5 men all gunning for the one prize of becoming the Universal Champion. But for me, it's all about one man. It's all about Bill Goldberg. For you see, Goldberg, you have run away from me far too long. You took me out. You took me down and you put me on the shelf for 6 weeks. And I haven't forgotten about that. And when I finally beat you and I get my opportunity one-on-one for your championship, you run away like a scared coward. Goldberg, you talk about how you're unbeatable. You talk about how nobody can stop you, but when I'm about to beat you, you run away. This time, there is no more running away. And there may be 4 other men that's going to get in the way of you and I. But mark my words, I will get my hands on you. And I will beat you down. And if I'm not the champion at the end of the night, I'll make sure that you are not walking out as champion. I don't care if you beat me. I don't care if you bruise me. I don't care if I'm bleeding at the end of the night, as long as you are not champion. Because as far as I'm concerned, you are toxic to this company. You are toxic to Monday Night Raw, and you need to go. We talked about a locker room revolt for a long time now. Well, I'm officially putting my hand up as the leader of that revolt, because as far as I'm concerned, I want you gone more than anyone. I want to beat you for your championship so badly, because I know I can beat you, but you refuse to give me that opportunity. You walk around the locker room like you own the place. I get it, you're on a big contract, but when you strike our general manager for no reason, you deliberately injure all the other wrestlers just because you can, that's when I have a problem with you, Goldberg, and that's why this needs to end. And hopefully at SummerSlam, you lose that championship and you're on your way out. Because as far as I'm concerned, that would be the best thing that could possibly happen to Monday Night Raw and this company. And I don't care who's the champion at the end of the night. If it's not me, that's fine, as long as it's not you, Goldberg. Well, fine up Seth Rollins. He wants his hands on the man that he should have probably beaten a few weeks ago for the championship. He'll be locked inside Hell in a Cell. Nowhere for Goldberg to run or hide. Rollins will have his chance at Goldberg, but will he be the one to beat him? The odds are saying that probably not, but you never know. Well, speaking of Hell in a Cell, our last contest for Monday Night Raw before SummerSlam will feature 2 participants of the Hell in a Cell match. We saw Ziggler in action earlier on. We've heard from Seth Rollins. Now we'll see both Dean Ambrose and John Cena, 2 other members of the Hell in a Cell match, squaring off here in this one. This should be a good contest. John Cena, multiple-time world champion. Dean Ambrose, former world champion as well. It is truly a star-studded Hell in a Cell contest. Every single person who is involved in the Hell in a Cell match has won a world championship here in Universe mode. That's a rare thing to really come across, and it's truly a star-studded environment in one of the most dangerous matches in the WWE. John Cena, he's ready to go, and he'll be up against Dean Ambrose, perhaps the newest member of Monday Night Raw, switching over from Smackdown over to Raw recently. Traded for AJ Styles. A pretty good trade for both brands, really. Dean Ambrose, Intercontinental Champion at one point, Royal Rumble winner, WrestleMania main eventer, but most of all, a WWE Champion. He's been at the top at one point. It's been a while now since that's been the case. But for Dean Ambrose, we know that he is good enough to get back there, and he's starting to just get back to his best. A big victory over Kevin Owens not too long ago would start to suggest that maybe he is, which is very, very important for Dean Ambrose. He's obviously been at the top, but he went back to Smackdown and just started to fall down the totem pole a little bit. Other guys were going ahead of him. The opportunities just weren't coming his way, so a freshener, a change of scenery, a change of brand could be exactly what he needs though. But tonight, very tough contest against John Cena, who is very much so like Seth Rollins. Both men want their hands on Goldberg badly. Cena was put out on the shelf thanks to Goldberg, and they've had their battles already. And Cena would love to get his hands on him one more time. And as we said, that Hell in a Cell is going to give an opportunity for a number of superstars to get their hands on Goldberg. Kevin Owens is another one. He was, well, he lost the championship thanks to Goldberg. Goldberg beat him for it. Kevin Owens has kind of, well, been on a bit of a downward spiral since. He beat Rusev earlier on tonight. A big win for him. Just a big confidence boost, because after losing your championship, you just start to feel as though, hey, am I good enough? And Kevin Owens losing to Goldberg is not exactly an embarrassing thing or anything like that, as Ambrose hits the knee on Cena. But Kevin Owens just needed a win to get himself back in the hunt. Losing to Dean Ambrose will not help him, but I'm pretty certain he'll bounce back and be very, very tough to stop in the Hell in a Cell match. Dean Ambrose shrugging off Cena with the right hand there, right to the chest of John Cena. Drives him towards the middle of the ring, and now Ambrose is going to sweep him off his feet, and does so effectively. Dean Ambrose going to try and pick Cena up for something else, but Cena up to the challenge. Well, 5 men all hunting the one prize. He's going to bring about a very, very chaotic matchup. I mean, Hell in a Cell is always very difficult as it is when it's one-on-one, but then you've got 6 guys locked in the one area. When the cage is a weapon, you can find whatever you want underneath the ring if you can, and you know, you've got the opportunity just to destroy everyone you can. It's going to be a very chaotic and dangerous match indeed, and that's why only the very best of the best will survive. And that's what it's all about, surviving. And as we said earlier on in the Ziggler matchup, sometimes the better man won't win. Maybe Goldberg is the best man in the match. Perhaps he won't win though if he gets ganged up or targeted, or someone just picks and chooses a slight little window of opportunity and makes the most of it. Cena, though, has a hold of Ambrose, looking to hit a suplex to the outside of the ring. John Cena, well, he's not too worried about SummerSlam right now. He's worried about Dean Ambrose and trying to beat him here tonight on Raw, risking injury right there with a suplex to the outside of the ring. That's what John Cena's all about. Doesn't matter if it's on Raw, doesn't matter if it's on pay-per-view, doesn't matter if the title's on the line. He's going to give 100% every single time he's in that ring. And he's showing that right now with a big move like that. A big risk for Cena. Elbow there by John Cena. Now has a hold of Dean Ambrose. Going to drag him back towards the middle of the ring. Cena, uh-oh. Here we go. He's looking to try and flip him through. And he does, but doesn't hang on and go for the cover. And that could have been the difference between a 3 count and the match staying alive. But instead, he's going to try. No, went for the 5-knuckle shuffle. He's missed out. Dean Ambrose with a much-needed counter. Now Cena, German suplex. This time he holds on, but the rope break in force. Cena can't get the pin to start. Dean Ambrose hanging on. Cena, though, looking pretty good here in this matchup so far. He's looking pretty confident here. Looking to go up the second rope, looking to fly off the second. John Cena, what's he got planned? Gonna jump off Orban Ambrose with a counter. Well, with that, ladies and gentlemen, this match is in the balance. Either Ambrose or Cena will walk away with a victory that could very well determine who has the momentum heading in. But for now, we take a quick break. We'll be back right after this. Saturday, August 5th will be SummerSlam live on BrendenPlayz. Unfortunately, I will be going away next week and we won't be able to do the pay-per-view live on the channel, and I figure because it's SummerSlam, I still want to do it live, so I apologize, there will be a delay. I know it's been bad already, but SummerSlam, August 5th, Saturday, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 7 p.m. UK time. You will not want to miss it. It is the biggest event of the summer and one of the biggest events of the year. Of course, headlined by the six-man Hell in a Cell match for the Universal Championship, and of course AJ versus Finn Balor. Again, apologies for the delay, but it's coming soon. Back here on Monday Night Raw right now, Dean Ambrose looking to get himself back in control of this matchup. So far, Cena, as we saw before the break, has been the better man, but Ambrose is trying to work his way back into it. Obviously, having that big win over Kevin Owens, Dean Ambrose's confidence has begun to once again rise. But for Dean Ambrose, I haven't really liked his attitude about the way he's gone about things. Obviously been very aggressive in the ring sometimes. He's got a bit of a chip on his shoulder, showing a bit of arrogance sometimes. It's often got him, wrapped up in a bad situation. I think it's probably been the downfall of him, the way he's kind of carried himself when he was originally the WWE champion. He often carried himself like a champion, but also was quite humble and respected the fans. Now he's got no respect for the fans and continues, I think, if he continues down this path, I'm not sure if he's going to ever reach the heights that he did accomplish a couple of years ago. But Dean Ambrose feels as though this new attitude has helped him. Obviously, his career was once at the top and he bumped down a little bit after that, and he felt as though the fans kind of disrespected him. They stopped caring about him. They stopped supporting him as much as they used to. And because of that, Dean Ambrose is fed up with them and he's got no time for them, he says. Instead, he wants to focus on winning championships. I can't blame him for that, but no respect for the fans from now on for Dean Ambrose. It's been that way for a while now. It hasn't quite worked out for him, but he still thinks that's the way to go. Cena now dragging him towards the middle of the ring and going to try and ground Dean Ambrose a little bit further. Perhaps the five-knuckle shuffle is in the back of his mind. Maybe he realizes, hey, if I keep him down long enough, maybe I can go for it. But Dean Ambrose, single leg takedown, spinning Cena off his feet instead. Going to continue to wear down Cena with a couple more strikes. Dean Ambrose now looking to line up John Cena. Thinks maybe this is a chance to put him away. Is it for Dean? Has a hold of him with the front face lock. Dean Ambrose, though, drags him towards the middle. And, went for a suplex. Cena, though, with a counter. Big counter there by Cena. Does not want to be hit with a suplex. Instead, tosses down Dean Ambrose himself. Now Ambrose on the defense again. Cena, he couldn't get it before. He wants the five-knuckle shuffle this time. Can he connect? Here comes Cena. Five-knuckle shuffle. John Cena now looking for the AA. Looking to put this match away. Cena has him up. Ambrose countering. Inverted DDT keeps the matchup alive. Much needed counter for Dean, and that's what he's going to have to produce at Hell in a Cell. When someone is looking for their big move, he has to dig deep and find a way to shut it down. Otherwise, well, Ambrose will be looking up at the lights for the 3 count. It's often been Dean Ambrose's issues. He hasn't been able to fight through and kick out of the big moves, whereas Cena, the AA has not been as effective for him in recent times, but continues to persevere and continues to get the job done. Doesn't make a mistake in the end to lose the match. As now an avalanche suplex off the top of the rope, launching Dean Ambrose down. It's effective, but Ambrose back to his feet though. Not too harmed by it. I think the earlier suplex to the outside of the ring was going to do more damage. But Ambrose, I think he thought about throwing Cena outside the ring. But instead, Cena with a counter. Not letting that happen. Ambrose gets John Cena back up. Front face lock again. Dean Ambrose now going back to that move again. Dean Ambrose, though, gets met with a shot there by Cena. Ambrose launches himself off the ropes and connects with the clothesline. And that is Ambrose at his best. We know that's one of his go-to moves, and it worked out this time for him, but Cena still has enough to kick out. Okay, well, the clothesline. Now it's time for the Dirty Deeds, he says. Dean Ambrose lining him up. Can he find it? Here it comes, the dirty deed. Cena's in trouble. Cena though, countering. He blocked it. The dirty deed's not happening this time. Now Cena, what's he thinking? John Cena looking for the AA. He connects. AA to Ambrose. Cena, has he got him? No, a kick out by Dean. Are you kidding? Cena can't do it. He can't beat Dean. And now the right hands. Well, Cena can't believe it. He thought he had him beat. And I thought so too. Dean Ambrose, though, that's exactly what he needs to show. He needs to be able to find a way to kick out of the big moves at Hell in a Cell. And if he can, that might be the beginning of the resurgence of Dean Ambrose. Spinebuster there. Dean has him up. And now the comeback from Dean. Couple of big right hands. In the corner now. Full head of steam. And the running bulldog to follow it up. Dean Ambrose is fired up. Can he finish the job now? Can he get the win here? Can he beat the former world champion? Cena, the 3-time champion, here in Universe mode, trying to keep things alive in this matchup. Trying to get himself ready for one more big title win, perhaps at SummerSlam. Ambrose, he would love the confidence boost. Can he get it? Cena has him against the ropes again. What's he got planned? John Cena now. Off the road, springboard stunner! Cena pulling out all the stops now with a springboard stunner. Connecting. Now Cena. Oh, wait a minute. Cena, what the hell's... Cena with the dirty deeds! Are you kidding me? Cena! Well, hey, the AA didn't work. What about the dirty deeds? And he used it against Ambrose. The ultimate disrespect, but Cena's going to do whatever it takes to win tonight. If he's going to kick out of the AA, well, that's fair enough. Can you kick out of your own finishing maneuver? And Ambrose couldn't. The dirty deeds is very effective, but it's the wrong man delivering it. Ambrose hit with his own best move, and Cena wins here tonight. John Cena walks into SummerSlam with all the confidence in the world. He wants his hands on Goldberg. He wants one more title reign. Will it happen? At the biggest event of the summer, John Cena locked inside Hell in a Cell with 5 other men. All want to be champion. Will Cena be the one to do it? He's certainly looking good. He certainly has the momentum. Maybe John Cena wins one more big one. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is all we have time for this edition of Universe Mode. If you did enjoy it, leave a like on it. SummerSlam is a little bit, a little bit more time to go. I apologize for that. We still have another episode of Smackdown and NXT before SummerSlam, so you'll be seeing that in the coming days. So don't worry about that. And ladies and gentlemen, thank you again for watching this episode of Universe Mode. If you enjoyed it, do leave a like on it, and of course, subscribe to see more episodes, including SummerSlam coming by very soon, and click the bell so you get notifications. And leave your predictions in the comment section down below. Who do you think is going to win the 6-man Hell in a Cell match? The list of men are in front of you on your screen. Who is it going to be? Can Goldberg survive? That's the big question. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you again for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode.